Yo, what do you want? Beak or jaws? Feathers or fur? Sharp teeth or feet with claws? Whatever's preferred. Just kidding, every word in this song's about two grown men dressed up as a bird and a dog.
Mail. When Rom says mail.
Welcome to the email edition of the Wolfandowl podcast. We're doing some emails for you. wolfowlpod@gmail.com if you want to send in a query.
Like, subscribe,
or an
do
opinion.
all that. Yeah,
like, subscribe, all that big
Keep
stuff.
reposting the clips. The clips are doing great.
You don't have to repost the clips.
It's nice if you do, though.
Yeah, okay.
Really gather momentum. Really get some people going, oh my God, these two have got a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think we've promoted it now.
Yeah, I think, by the way, we need to shout out the people now behind the scenes who've actually, for the first time in a long time, I feel like people actually go, oh, so you have got a podcast?
Yeah.
Rather, I've had one for 6 years that everyone goes, you should do a podcast. Everyone's doing one now.
I was walking past the bar last night after a gig.
Yeah.
And a load of people shouted out, Wolfandowl, Wolfandowl. So I was walking past, pretty good.
This is none of your jokes.
It's not.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well. Okay.
Yeah. What a shit joke that would be, by the way.
Yeah, but some of your jokes can be a bit like that.
Yeah, fine.
You can get away with that stuff.
What do you mean? What's that?
You can say stuff in your tone, and I believe it's not really.
Oh, believe
you know that
okay.
I'm like, huh? What? And you go, I'm joking, and I go, oh, I really like the idea of that. I'm joking, of course. That would never happen.
Yeah. Oh, I think. Do you know what I think? I think onions are getting above their station. I'm getting fed up with onions walking around, giving it the Billy Big Balls.
Hey, you know an
onion? You know when I see it like
you know an onion called the other day for you and said you're amazing? Of course it didn't. Onions don't talk.
I think an onion would be a good friend for you. It's got lots of layers, and it could go with anything.
Onions are sharp, bitter, a little bit like me.
Why are you doing that with your face?
I love this. This is a new you. I'll teach him a lesson.
You can say anything, I'll fall for it. Because I love you.
Why don't you unbuckle your jeans and take them down?
Why, mate? I'll do it if you want me to. I've got to say, buckles are really underrated. Not enough people talk about buckles. Do you know what? I feel sorry for Buckles. They're just walking around going, oh, I'm holding on as tight as I can. Do they ever get any credit? No, they bloody don't. Do you know what? I'd like to go up to the inventor of Buckles and suck him off.
Do you know who invented Buckles? Louis Capaldi. No, he didn't. It's that face that makes you think. Okay.
Right, first email. Do you want to read it or shall I?
I think this is a you one.
Lads.
Yo.
Big fan of the pod. That's how the podcast started. The email started, by the way. Big fan of the pod, and I thought I'd reach out for a bit of advice. I'm a second-generation Chinese, 47-year-old British chap. My son is a 14-year-old Wasian legend. He's very cool, funny, good-looking, ridiculously clever, and captained the school football team. Yes, I am jealous.
Sounds a bit like Theo.
Yeah. We recently... Yeah. God.
You've literally become that guy now.
Oh, God. It's infected me. We recently got a call from the school as he got into a fight. Now, despite all the admirable attributes our boy has, height, strength and overall body mass, like me, aren't part of the collection, so this is surprising. The other boy, a friend, allegedly called him the C word, often used by boomers to describe a Chinese takeaway. Not once, but not twice, but indeed thrice. The third time, our mini-me went straight up to the agitator and punched him. A few punches with an exchange before being separated. Now, here's the issue. I've explained to him in a very dad-like way that it was very different back in my day, and the only way to deal with this shit was to fight. 3-0, by the way. However, what I don't want is for him to feel the same way I did when I was racially abused as a kid. The truth is I was never taught how to deal with it properly. I just felt an instant hurricane of sadness and anger. My wife, a very sensible white ex-police sergeant, says they're just words and violence is never the answer, but I do feel it's very difficult to explain to someone that feeling. Romesh, I'm not sure if you felt this way. I've no doubt you've experienced similar throughout your life, being literally everywhere in the mainstream UK media, and that's a compliment. Part of me is a little bit proud he stuck up for himself. The other 14-year-old he had the fight with is weirdly 6'3" and an absolute unit. I've also told him about the importance of choosing your battles. But ultimately, I don't want him to feel ashamed, belittled, angry and sad like I did when I was a kid. I guess what I'm asking, particularly Romesh, is what do you say to your boys when dealing with this bullshit? I hasten to add, would value any input from the mighty Tom too. It's good to hear from a victim and an aggressor, I think. Me and said son are coming to see him in September in Ramsgate, home of the world's biggest Wetherspoons. All the best, lads. Proud Panda. Tom,
Well, I mean, I think this is.
Well, look, I can relate to both of these things. I got racially abused at school quite a lot, and I got stuff like slurs thrown at me a fair bit. And I remember once I was walking out of school, and like there was this kid that was sort of known for being racist. He just spat on me. As I was walking out of school. But it was like, yeah, it's horrible. So you just get shit. I used to get shit like that, and once I was, mate. Actually, this is quite funny. There's this kid. I'm not going to name him, but there's a kid, massive.
Yeah.
And we were so there was
big kids, which really makes me, as what was a big kid, quite
I know.
sad.
But there was like a little subway, like just across from the front of the school.
Yeah.
And that's where all the fights used to happen. So one day we're at the school, we're watching the school football match, a school football match, and I walked over to him and I was saying something to him, and he basically called me a P word.
Yeah.
Right. So I sort of said to him, "Why did you?" You know, we got a bit aggressive, but the guy was huge, and I was scared. Yeah. But at the same time, I wanted to do something about it because if it was such a, you know, obviously like that hurricane of sadness is accurate, right? It's just like a horrible, horrible reminder of like how some people feel about it or whatever.
Yeah.
So then I basically said, we're going to sort this out, right? I didn't want to, but I just felt like I had no choice, right?
Yeah.
So then there's quite a lot of Asian kids in my year group, and they said they were like egging me on, and they're going, "Look, we've got your back, da da da." And so it was the day that we're due to have the fight. So imagine being at you're at school
day.
The whole day.
That's all everyone focuses on.
Yeah, and everyone's talking about it. Everyone's coming up to me going, "Are you definitely going to you going to turn up?" And I'm going, "Yeah. He shouldn't have said it. I'm shitting myself.
It's like doing a gig. It's worse than a gig.
Fucking shitting
Whole
myself.
school, by the way, now is probably invested.
And then I get like as the end of the day's approaching, I'm just like, there's no way this guy's going to fucking pulverise me. But I've said it now. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to back down. So end of school, everybody is like at that end of the school, right? There's
popcorn, biscuits,
properly. Go down to the subway, just. Kids lining the whole thing everywhere, right?
What was the how were they like greeting you when you turned up?
I think they just wanted to see a fight. I mean, like it wasn't like they didn't feel like animosity, but there weren't people going, "Kill him, Romesh, kill him." Yeah. But they were like, I had a group of like people with me that were just like sort of, you know. Anyway, so I'm waiting in the subway. And I'm like, basically, I'm waiting to get my head kicked in because there's no way I'll win this fight, right? But I've got to stand up for myself, blah blah blah.
I bet there's one wise ass kid who was like, "Dead man walking."
Yeah, all that. Yeah, but there's nobody believed that I had a chance in this. But I think that's what it sort of made it. There were some people supporting me and couldn't believe that I'd offered this guy. Anyway, I don't know why, but for some reason, his arse went and he didn't turn up. I have got no idea why. Right?
Did you never see him again?
I saw him at school. And
but then he's a chicken.
Yes. Now, I don't know what happened, right? All I can tell you is we waited
By the way, there's very few reasons you chicken out of a fight like that. Like, you know what I mean? Well, your mum's called you home, chicken.
Yeah.
You got something else on? Chicken.
Yeah.
You're a fucking chicken. You're a piece of shit anyway.
Yeah. There's another Asian guy that you've got to have a fight with because you called him a P word. Chicken. Yeah. Anyway, basically what happened was enough time had elapsed.
But the nobility thrown on you then.
My God, that was those were my halcyon days at school.
Wow.
Holy shit. I'll come in the next day.
For listeners who might not know what's halcyon mean.
That was when I was in my pomp.
Okay.
Really good.
Yeah.
I was like Marvel, like in the Infinity Wars.
Oh my days.
Era. Do you know what I mean? Like at the absolute top of my game. People going, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. Can't believe it didn't show."
Because you've won the fight.
Yeah. People like, I'm basically.
And also, by the way, you've got a certain Candice there until like you have to have another fight of Romesh Ranganathan's the hardest guy in the school.
But then obviously I then had to do the thing of like, are you gutted? Like, do you want to sort it? And I go, no, I think he's got the message.
Yeah.
I don't think there needs to be a rematch, put it that way.
Well, I think the whole thing about a rematch is you have to have a match, have a rematch, and he was to turn up.
Then at uni, it's happened a few times. We got jumped by skinheads when I was coming out of a club in uni and stuff like that. So it happens. Anyway, so I do think it was worse back then. However, the boys have had like racism.
Really?
Yeah. Like not loads, not as much as I did, but They have had it, like comments and stuff like. I remember we had a bit of an incident. I think I don't know if I've said this before, but one of the kids, I think it might have been Theo, was chatting to a girl. Like, it's just some friend at school. And one of the other kids said, I don't know why you're bothering to chat to her. You're going to end up marrying your cousin or something like that, right? So Theo came home and told us. But I feel like the boys... And they've had, like, Alex has had the P word, like, said to him, do you know what I mean, when he's been walking around school.
Do you think that's now because of the world has become more...
I think possibly. But I think at a certain point you've got to go... They're obviously hearing that at home. So whenever I see that, or I hear that a kid's done it, I'm then the next time I see their parents, I'm thinking you're racist. You're probably racist, right? Do you know what I mean? And that's a horrible thing. I actually think I get that your son wanted to defend himself. In my opinion, I think racism is horrible and abhorrent. I think it's a mistake to supercharge it. And what I mean by that is, if somebody calls you a racial slur and it immediately ignites you, it gives that person power over you, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they know if they say that word, they can get like a rise out of you. I remember once I was walking past the pub and this guy, this is like maybe... My dad had just passed away, so this must have been... So I was in a bad way mentally, and I think my friends had taken me out, my brother and I, at dinner night for a drink to sort of like, do you know what I mean? Just to sort of... And we were walking past this pub, and this guy started shouting. He sort of targeted me, but I was with... Anyway, he started shouting at me, going, so many racial... Like, so much racist stuff. It was like pretty unprovoked, just so much like... levering me with like racial slurs, and I turned around and I was in the mood to like, I was in a bad place, and I turned around and then this guy, really lovely guy, ran from like somewhere else and came and grabbed me, and he said, I know you're angry, and he said, but he's saying whatever he possibly can to provoke people because he's been looking for a fight, right? He's been saying it to other. So then I realised this guy's just saying it to rile me up, and then I realised that actually we're giving those words like power. Do you know what I mean? And I think like, actually, you want to kind of... I'm not saying you shouldn't react to racism, but I'm saying that immediately leading you to be violent is not something I want my kids to do. Do you know what I mean? And I get why the panda is saying I was sort of proud, because you do want to stick up for yourself, but actually, I think just meeting it with violence probably isn't the way. Although, if my kids did something like that, I would find it difficult to really to be angry with them.
Because
because it's like, it's just a horrible thing. Do you know what I mean?
It's awful, man.
Yeah,
it's all
and you, I mean, I don't know if you want to give it your story from the other side of that.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
Why
just
would
thinking,
you say so? Why
did you laugh? Oh, why so sensitive? Chill out, Christ, man. Live for the moment.
If you don't like the chat, go home.
The reason I couldn't get down to the underpass for a fight was I had to go to my grand's house, and she was ill. One of the first ever times I really witnessed anything like that, we were filming a thing, and there was like 4 actors in the back of a car, and one of them was quite drunk, and he just what you were saying about the guy outside the pub, and he started digging me out about something, and was just trying to provoke me, and I was whatever, and then tried to do it to this other actor, tried just to provoke him, and then when it came to a turn of the fourth guy, it was a racial thing. He just went in with racism, and at that point, the guy went to hit the guy being racist, and I was like, look, I was the only I would just jumped in and was like, if you hit him tomorrow, it's not about like what this guy said, is you've hit this guy, and he's at the time, he was a bigger name than the rest of us. My thing but it was one of the few times, and then just sat with this guy afterwards for an hour or so, and he was just in tears, and you're just like, fuck, like this, just that, to see someone just go from this to almost the most abhorrent thing, just to get a rise out of someone, and clearly that was the thing that spiked. And I mean, personally, I find it, I'd find it very hard not to feel a certain level of pride or anything in the fact that the son has stuck up for himself. And like in any situation, it's just, it's the worst. I often find it very soul destroying when you hear of it happening, especially, at that age. Yeah. Kids getting that kind of, using that kind of language is very, very sad.
Anyway, long may it continue. Am I right? Should we get to the next one?
This is an advertisement from BetterHelp.
Now, anyone who listens to this show regularly knows that mental health comes up a lot, and that's not accidental. Something we both think matters, and every time it does come up, we get messages from people saying it helped them feel less alone with something they were going through.
Which tells you that a lot of people are carrying quite a lot at any given time. Work pressures, relationships, big life changes, just the general weight of everything. And for a long time, the default was to get on with it quietly, not to mention it, and hope it sorted itself out.
Which obviously is not really a strategy.
Generally, one of the worst strategies. In fact, it makes things worse. I speak from extensive personal experience.
So we are delighted to be working with BetterHelp because having access to a qualified professional, someone to actually talk through what's going on with, makes a real difference, not just in crisis, but for everyday stuff too, the things that build up.
And the numbers back that up. Over 6 million people globally have used BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists have at least 3 years and 1,000 hours of hands-on experience and hold all the required qualifications and certifications. There are over 30,000 of them worldwide, covering everything from work stress to relationships to major life changes.
And you can fit it around your schedule, whatever your week looks like. There are flexible ways to connect that work around it.
Which honestly is the bit that makes it actually doable rather than just another thing you mean to get round to, but don't.
If you've been thinking about therapy, BetterHelp can help you take the first step.
Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/wolfowl. That's betterhelp.com/wolfowl. Hey mateys. I've recently started facing a regular problem, mainly at work, where the toilets I go to use are utterly covered in skid marks.
Oh, God.
Obviously, this is, by the way, we just had a really highbrow one where, and then, which was a very much...
It's quite appropriate, isn't it? Because probably a person of colour doing that.
Obviously, this isn't much of a big deal, but it's happening so frequently now. I'm slowly starting to despair. Aside from being fucking disgusting, I'm met with quite an issue when I stumble across said stains. Do I clean the shit stains out or do I leave them? Well, I can tell you, if you go to the Ranga Bee offices, the answer is leaving them. They've been there for 3 weeks, man. That's all I'm saying.
Has there been shit stains in the toilets?
Yeah, in the men's toilets, there's a big skid mark.
Is there?
I'm joking, of course.
Oh, God, I thought you were serious.
I've just rummaged you.
Do you know when you came to Crawley to that gig and somebody had shat on the floor?
That was, by the way, one of the most disgusting things I ever heard about.
Thanks for coming round, though. All right, let's go.
Shout out Dinesh. Do I clean the shit stains or do I leave them? My gut reaction is always, no, fuck that. The previous shitting gimp should have sorted it out like the adults say are. However, my paranoid brain is left worrying, what if someone uses the toilet right after me and thinks I'm the grotty little troll man who leaves shite round for all to see? It's genuinely baffling that these feral fecal phantoms can do this so shamelessly, and I'm reduced to cleaning up after these fuckers like some kind of poo cuck. Oh God, this is incredible writing. Is there even a solution to this? I was considering making some signs, shaming them to stick around the bog. Maybe you should. You both have any ideas. If not, at least I'm helped to fill the pod's poo quota for this episode. All the best, AJ.
AJ, great email.
Anthony Jack. Well, that's not Andy Joshua, is it?
Yeah, it is, 100%.
Imagine if it was.
Yeah,
Eddie Hearn, fucking Eddie. Skidders. This is I weirdly. We have this at the offices at my work. So the offices at my work, the toilet at my offices is, any say like fucking male female toilets. What's it called? Like fucking anyone can use them. Unisex. That's the word I'm looking for. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking spiraling. So they're unisex toilets. Anyone can use.
Was it difficult to remember the word when you say disgusted by the concept?
No. But my big thing about that is, right, if it's just male toilets,
there's a certain level of depravity you're allowed it to decline to.
Right. Yeah. If you're following me into the toilet,
you don't care how you leave it. I know. I remember King Gary.
We didn't share a toilet.
Yeah,
King Gary.
flushing optional on the King Gary set. Yeah,
But there's people who do it at our office where you go in the toilet and that feeling of like, I'm gonna have to clean this up, because quite a lot of the time there's people waiting to go in after you. If you come out and there's skid marks, and then the more shaming thing of having to go, oh, that wasn't me, by the way.
I've never done that.
No.
It's
you
too
can't,
different. You can't pull it off.
No.
Not even you.
Yeah, no. And also, by the way, I look like it probably was me.
Yeah.
I have that look.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody, and it sounds like an insult, but it isn't, because I love you. I can't think of a description of anybody or a look of anybody that would look more like they'd left skid marks on the pan than
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that look about me.
Yeah.
Can I say, by the way,
like a pan smasher.
little tip, if you're going to go for that kind of poo, try and hold your wee in, turn around and do your piss afterwards. And
Jesus fucking Christ.
What? That's a fucking great tip. You jet wash them off yourself after. It's one of the joys of having a penis. It's like you turn around, squirt it all away, it's gone.
Okay.
Flush the chain afterwards, obviously. You know, but I would say this, it's very hard. The sign thing, where do you set? Because I don't think you can leave the sign saying.
I don't think the signs will do anything, and
You're
then
dealing with it,
and then it will
yeah.
lead to an investigation as to who put the signs up.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to be like the toilet sign person. Do you know what I mean?
Well, but it's like, what do you think if people not looking beyond? Because by the way, because I look like that person, I'm really fucking. I'm quite anal about it.
Yeah, I tend to clean up.
Yeah, I do. You clean up other people's.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm going for a wee,
Unless it's really bad, in which case I probably won't use the toilet. But generally, I would clean up. Yeah.
Do you ever do it where you go in and you see the skids, but you use the toilet and go, Christ, to the person behind you, Jesus, I'll take a bullet here. You know what I mean?
No.
Like reach your head back and go, ow, this one's going to hurt.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Really?
What do you mean, reach your head back?
No, before you close the door, like you're going into sort of like a ride at,
Oh, let me be clear. If there's someone else in the toilet, I'm not going into the cubicle.
You don't go for a poo?
Not if there's someone else there, no.
Well,
you know this, I'm a heimscheißer.
Yeah, I know you're a
Yeah, so even if I was going to the toilet...
Well, if you're at Luke Coombs and you need a poo, what are you doing?
I'm not going.
I've got worse, by the way, since I've been hanging out with you a lot.
What does that mean?
I used to poo anywhere. I was like a fucking horse. Yeah. Now I'm like, literally, since me and you've talked to me about this home show. Catherine's like, oh, if you need the toilet, just go. I'm like, no, that's where to go home. I used to be fine. Just be really relaxed. Went for a poo at your house, I'd be fine. Now, if I was at your house, I'd go, I'd probably get a slip.
Well, I don't know how this is bad news.
No, but
you're no longer going to shit at my house when you come round.
No, but I'm just saying that's gone from. And now I actually look at people who do it and go, oh, fucking full credit to you. Just relax.
I don't want to get too disgusting. One of the biggest, I just find it so hard to go for a shit somewhere else. Yeah, it would have to be an emergency situation.
Also, but I enjoy shitting so much. It's one of my favourite things to do. Like, I genuinely, and I want to enjoy that. I don't want to be there with someone knocking on the door or fucking you hear some people chatting outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I do understand your home shyster theory.
If you're at a gig, the toilets are busy the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, just
not Luke Coombs. People are out there, mate, watching him.
Okay, but still.
Yeah.
I just find it difficult.
Can I just say, by the way,
yeah,
gig-wise, if you're about to go on stage, where are you with using the green room toilet for a poo?
The green room?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
A toilet? Yeah, no. We're on a mixed bill. We're at the store.
No.
Where you go? You're dying for a poo. Do you go in that green room or do you go into the?
I would wait till my set's over. I would make an excuse.
You can't fucking go on stage needing a shit.
I would.
You can't, Rob.
I would make an excuse and go to like a hotel nearby.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's not
like
cool.
A special agent.
Yeah.
Do you pretend you're staying there? That's what I do. Oh, I love this place. Oh, hello, mate. I always have a little chat.
Yeah, the problem is if you're recognisable, it's a bit of an issue because then they sort of
didn't know you were staying here, Mr. Ranganathan.
Yeah, exactly.
For 3 nights, thank you, Jeeves.
Yeah, I'm actually booked in for about, I reckon,
you're not just
11 minutes.
Have you ever had anyone talk to you like that, though?
What?
Well, so there's a toilet near my office that I do go to in a hotel.
Show off.
And I'll sneak in there. And they got one of those doorman people on there. So I go past him because I'm like, if I go in the back and then out the front, he's not going to. And I sort of. So I went in and he went, "Oh, morning, sir." I said, "Hello, mate. You all right? Probably breakfast meeting." And he went, "Oh, right, yeah." I said, "Yeah, no, running a bit late." So sprint to the toilet, do my business. I then leave from the front thinking, he's round the back. He's come round the front for a chat with the doorman at the front. And he just looked at me and went, very quick meeting, sir. I'm like, oh, no, he knows. He knows.
Or he might just think he might be a complete idiot.
But this is why I'd never make a good special agent or a James Bond. You know, like Daniel Craig Craig.
I think there's other reasons.
Yeah, but Daniel Craig would sneak in and out, even as Daniel Craig had hat down, he'd just go, oh, sorry, was there someone here? Like that. And then basically ghost out the front without even you're fucking sneaky. That's one of the things you're fucking great at. I can't imagine you'd be able to sneak in, sneak out, I reckon, without anyone noticing.
I find it hard. Right, that's all we've got time for, Tom.
Two emails, wow.
Yeah.
Ben is, by the way, can I just say, Ben is so precise. He's just solely written on the screen we have in front of us, rap. So, Romesh, without further ado, wrap us out.
Thank you for listening to the Wolf and the Owl email special. See you next time. Please like and subscribe.
Email to
wolfowlpod@gmail.com.
See you next time.
Bye.